you guys. It's me, Dr. Torie. My book is officially out. And yes, it is time to talk about ACEs. You guys can find the books everywhere. However, I would encourage you guys to go to my website, Be VicTORIEus.com, and place your order today. Yes, it's time to talk about ACEs. Let's go, y'all.
Hello, 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 you guys. Welcome to another episode of Be Victorious. Now, let me share. I feel like there's enough room in the mental health space for all of us African American females to have this discussion because it's so needed. And it was an honor to run into Dr. Worthy. When I mean Worthy therapy is all that in the bag of chips, it is. It was her messages that ignited that kind of let me say, let me share, let me keep sharing these posts because they brought attention not just to the space that's needed, but there's another voice that need to be heard. And as we got to know each other online because we met on social media, I realized I knew we had something in common. She's a professor too, clinical psychologist doing her thing at Seton Hall. Dr. Worthy, tell us who you are. Come on into this space and have this conversation with me.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for that introduction.
Listen, it's plenty of room for us, and your message ignites rooms. So why wouldn't I invite you to a space where you can have this conversation that needs to be had? You're
Yes.
amazing. And then I didn't find this out till like 3 or 4 days ago. I'm like, I knew that was my sister,
Thank
Professor.
you, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Torie. I'm so elated to be here, and that introduction really warmed my heart. And I think the part that really resonated with me was that there's so much space for us all. And I think so much of, and I know we're going to get into the topic, like we learn that there's only enough for a certain group of people. And oftentimes, like I used to count myself out, like I wasn't a part of that group. So I appreciate that introduction. Thank you so much.
Gonna count you in. Tap.
Yeah, count me in.
I will tell you, I was on the East Coast last week. And when I tell you they know about ACEs, they know about ACEs. It was an honor. Like red carpet rolled out. People didn't even eat lunch because they wanted
Wow.
the autograph. Family Tree, the organization I did the conference with, put my book as the book for people to have for the conference. And I was the featured speaker for lunch. Those people didn't even eat. And I was like, wait, can we like do this a little later? And the lady said, no, you fed us enough. Sit and wait so we can get our
Oh,
autograph. And I was humble because I go in spaces where they don't know about ACEs.
mhm,
And you do. So
mhm.
tell us about you.
Yes. Well, as you said, I'm a licensed psychologist. I'm over here on the East Coast in New York. I'm originally from the South, so you may hear that little drawl if you know, and I've learned to embrace that as well by living up north. Yeah, I'm a professor at Seton Hall University. I'm also a clinical coordinator in their PhD program. So I'm enjoying that. And I find myself breaking cycles there and just like being a presence, being like having representation
Yes.
there, right? Because there's so many of us that aren't in that space as Black psychologists. So I make it like a part of my mission to take up more space and to let people know that they too belong. What else? I was a former college athlete, so I also bring that, and I think that's when I first started to realize how much my ACEs experience shown up as an athlete. I would always want to be perfect, and I would experience performance anxiety. I would always, well, not always. Every once in a while, I would choke. And that was a major, like, I think that was a lot of like trying to protect myself to be safe. And like, I need to have the perfect move, the perfect pass, or whatever it may be. So it was a lot of overthinking. And I'm just happy to be here because not only am I a licensed psychologist, I'm someone who has been very vocal with my clients and with my students about how hard life has been for me. And I love my family. And that's one thing I hope to talk about as well. Like just having empathy and compassion for them because they too were a part of the cycle. There we go. Yeah.
And that's the reason why you are here. So
Mhm,
if you notice, and I will share, this is the Cycle Breaker series. So of course I pulled you in because you're a cycle breaker. However, I sent you some more questions because I did
mhm,
dive in. So let's begin, shall we? Let's talk first about ACEs so people can know. You
mhm,
know, I'm heavy on ACEs education. It's more or less the awareness for me. I'm not a clinical psychologist. I
mhm.
put it out there publicly. That's why I have you here because I don't want to have that conversation. My job as the educator is to bring the awareness. So tell
Mhm.
us about ACEs. How did you first learn about it?
hmm Well, I would say I learned about it unknowingly. I learned about it through my experiences. I learned about it when I wanted someone to check in on me, when I felt like I wasn't enough, or I saw, violence within my home, and I'm like, something isn't right here. Why are people coming to me as a child to comfort them, and like all of that? So I learned it early on, but the name. I formally learned about it through grad school,
Right.
right? And so part of it was like, wow, there's a name for this. And I immediately felt seen and validated. And most importantly, I felt like this was something I can work through because like it's so common. And one of the stats that you gave me as I was completing the quiz is that 64% of people endorsed at least one symptom of it. Like it's a community experience, a shared experience. Yes.
Good. I knew it because this is what I have been pushing. I've been pushing for the awareness plus community will equal empowerment for everybody.
hmm
But you
hmm
have to know how to do that. And that's the reason why I have people like you here. This podcast has been used worldwide as an educational tool. I'm not really interested in numbers just yet because I believe that the numbers will come.
hmm
Your added value and you sharing your story, you being a cycle breaker, you knowing about ACEs adds to the community. Congratulations.
hmm Thank you.
You know what I mean? Like we knew,
Yes.
but I had
Yes.
to introduce the world to another, and I'm just keep it honest, African American female with
hmm
ACEs that has achieved success. You are
hmm
a cycle breaker. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
So how did your ACEs score help you grow? You told us, about a few of your experiences, but how when you learned about ACEs, how did that help you grow?
A part of it was sitting with myself, and I think therapy has been a major tool in my life. Like I've been with my therapist for as long as a relationship, about 7 years, and we go keep going. um, but I think I've grown because I face my fears like in therapy, and I said this with my clients. It's like you're facing a mirror, you're facing yourself every time you show up, the good, the bad, the experiences that you love, the experiences that you repressed because they were too much for you, right? And so I think over and over again, the more I showed up for myself, the more I was showing up for the little girl who didn't feel seen or felt unnoticed or felt like she had to be perfect, like felt like she had to be strong. And so learning about my ACEs score and learning about what ACEs means, it allowed me to console that little girl, to say, like, I see you, and that this adult person that you see before you, the psychologist and all these other like, accolades that I may have is like, it's still a struggle, Dr. Torie. Like, and so just showing up every day, I think that is what is, and it's worth it. I think, I even struggle coming here today. I'm like, I gotta be perfect. I'm like, you don't have to remember, like, just be honest. I had to keep telling myself,
Yeah.
just be honest. And I hope that that is the message that, or one of the messages that I leave is that just be honest, right? Like, you don't have to be perfect. You are already worthy. And that's one of my messages that I give. Like, I think that is the ultimate um, freedom is knowing that you don't have to earn worth, that you are already giving it, that I was already giving it.
Yeah, but you
hmm
could mentor resonates. You could tell,
hmm
you
hmm
could tell on social media that your messages are pure. They're sincere.
hmm
You're really trying to get out here to save people. And I think
hmm
what resonated to me because I'm like, yeah, man, she real. Like discussion, the conversation, but there
Uh-huh.
was something that led to that. So let's
Mhm.
go to the beginning, shall we?
The beginning. The beginning. Okay. So now we getting real. Now we get
You
raw.
said it. I was waiting on you. Let's go
Yeah.
ahead and get real.
Let's go ahead and get it.
I don't hide it. It's hard for me to share my story because people don't know about ACEs. But when
Mhm.
you open up to people that understand ACEs and know about ACEs, it's easier to share. So
Mhm.
I've been really sharing my story recently because I have no other choice. Like
Mhm.
me sharing that I have epilepsy. Well, a year ago,
Mhm.
the doctors told me I had a brain tumor. So it's like, wait, hold on. Let me
Mhm.
let people understand and know that that medical second opinion is needed. Don't matter who you are.
Mhm.
However, if we don't share, then people won't know.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
that's why I gotta have somebody, another sister, to share their story. Because when I tell people I'm a first generation high school graduate, they do not believe me. They do
Wow.
at
Hmm.
all. So that's why when I come into spaces, I just go by Dr. Torie, or I don't even tell people who I am because they see the titles instead of the person.
Mhm. Absolutely.
So we
Well,
start.
I would say,
Yeah, let's
yeah,
get
let's start from the beginning. So I would, if I start and this is some of my anxiety showing up and I'm gonna embrace it without any shame,
absolutely.
right? Is my first ACEs experience was witnessing, I had to be a toddler, like my biological father abusing my mother.
Mhm.
And I'm not really in contact with him anymore, but like that is one of my earliest experiences. And I've sort of witnessed that up until I was like 8 years old, like not consistently, but he was a violent man. He was, and I I love my mom for her strength of getting out of that relationship, but I also, in learning more about her as an adult, I have learned what she witnessed,
Mhm.
right? And the abuse that took place in her home,
Right.
right? And how, as a result of that, again, adult Keoshia here. So I'm gonna go ahead and Keoshia is like can have compassion for her because I'm like, you didn't receive love. You weren't checked on. You had to be strong. You had to be perfect. You had to be the child out of three to have it all together. And so she raised me in that same vein. Like, be tough. Don't let, you're not sick. Go to class. You know what I mean? Go to school. You're not hurt. Get up,
Right.
and that was also sort of the parenting style when I played basketball too. Get up. You good. Get up. Get
Mhm.
up. And so I wasn't allowed to feel. I wasn't allowed to say, you know what? I think these girls are bullying me at school, right? And that is another thing that I don't talk about. It's just my mom would say, "Oh, they're jealous of you," but like, okay, but I'm hurting. I don't know what to do. I don't know who to rely on, right? Like, thank you for not saying that to me, but I don't know what to do with that as a 12-year-old, as a 15-year-old, and so having to figure it out on your own was my experience,
Right.
right? Like how having to navigate friendships in which like I was constantly repeating the cycle because I was engaging in friendships where people weren't respecting me.
Right.
They were emotionally neglectful. What I mean by that, they would lie to me. They would, pretend to be a person that they weren't to me. And I knew it. I remember having a friend, I was like, yeah, she a pathological liar, but she my friend. She the only, you know what I mean? Like it just accepting of it. Cause I'm like, this may be the only person I have. So I'm gonna accept it and I'm gonna be mindful of what I tell her. Instead of getting out of the situation, I molded myself to fit in an unhealthy relationship.
Right.
Right. And so that was the beginning for me.
Mhm.
Right. And I would say like, and I'm so embracing this, I will be 40 next year. And God willing. And it wasn't until like 2 years ago that I really became the person that I'm proud to be
Yes.
like in front of you today. And so a lot of that is my willingness and perseverance and like continuing to break the cycle, continuing to show up. And like I was telling my partner, I'm like, I'm still breaking the cycle right now. Like I feel like I gotta have these perfect answers. And she's like,
Yes.
you got it. You know what I mean? Like trying to uplift me, but like it is it is a daily practice. Like
It,
it, yeah.
it is. And
Hmm.
you do it. I love
Hmm.
how you said, well, listen, I'm still going through this.
Hmm.
I am too. Take me through
Hmm.
that. Take me through that. Because
Take me through that.
I have three girls, and let me share the breaking of the generational cycle. It really is something that we have to look into
Hmm.
because we blame ourselves for what happened in regards to our parents and the things that we were exposed to. We do.
Hmm.
I'm telling you, I know I did. And
Hmm.
understanding ACEs helped me understand that it really wasn't their fault. Like it's not my dad's fault.
Hmm.
He was 16, lost his mom, and they shipped him to the military. Or my
Hmm.
mom having an abandoned mom. And that's as far as I go with their story because to this day, as much as you can say, hey, I'm turning 40, God willing, and I'm still going through my there's people out there that don't even admit that.
Hmm. Hmm.
And I think that awareness of ACEs, just the awareness of it again, it has a term. Finally, what?
Hmm.
That's is what is going to help people say, okay, let me take the steps because I don't want this to happen to me. I definitely don't want it to happen to my daughters. We have the conversation every day, I swear. And I don't try to, but I want them to understand and know that it's real and it's out there.
Hmm. Hmm.
And you mentioned family members, you've mentioned students, you're a mentor. And if you don't know, let me tell you, you got mentor radiating all through them glasses. Let's be clear. These are the stories that you have to share.
Hmm.
How you feel?
I feel good. Yeah. I'm
Again,
being honest.
but that's what's going to help you heal.
Hmm.
And I'm telling you now, I'm still healing to this day. When I shared in Detroit, I guess not Detroit, because again, Detroit was in July. Shout out to Manifest Conference.
Yeah.
I at in Baltimore was so comfortable with the room, I had no other choice because they seriously didn't know who I was at all. So your
Hmm.
students and the people that support you really don't know about your experiences, what makes you strong. You carried a shield of armor of protection on yourself based upon your childhood experiences.
Hmm.
I want to know what led you to clinical psychology in the PhD.
Hmm. These experiences, right?
Mhm.
I really like from, I probably, there's something significant about the age of 9. I think for me, um, one, my mom remarried to my stepdad, which is a lovely guy, and they have their own stuff, but like he's lovely. He's been a present father figure for me, so I'm really appreciative to call him dad. But it was a major transition. So I moved from like a rural area, South Carolina, shout out Blackville, South Carolina. Um, and I moved to Augusta, Georgia at
Mhm.
9. But there was something about that time period. It's like I knew that I was a healer. Before I would say I was a helper, but my own therapist helped me like, no, you're a healer,
Yes.
right? I knew then that it was in me. And so from there on, I kept saying, I want to be a psychologist. First, I want to be a psychiatrist, but then I was like, I'm not too great with science. That wasn't my jam. So because of my strength and because of my mom's like forceful, like you got to be able to rely on your own and to support yourself throughout it. I was able to like set a goal and accomplish it, right? Like that has been my life story. If I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. I'm a woman of my word. And
Right.
so because of that strength, and I think that's a part of the ACEs too, is like making space for the adverse experiences that you went through, but also how they shaped you and helped you become the person you are today, or the
Right.
person I am today. And so that just sort of like commitment to something led me here. It wasn't easy. I was often one of two or three Black students in the class, right? So that was another cycle that I was breaking. I'm the only person in my family that has a PhD. I think I inspired my mom to get her master's.
There you
And
go.
so she got her master's. And that felt nice. I don't know if she would ever admit that, but I'm like,
Yeah.
you following your daughter, but that's, it's all good. Yeah. So we were breaking cycles together.
Right.
But that's what led me to where I am now and pursuing the PhD. And most importantly, like feeling like there was something else that I could do. Like, what does it mean to be a healer? Not just venting. Like, I wanted to know the science behind it. I wanted to learn about ACEs because I didn't have a name for it. You know what I mean? I wanted to learn about generational trauma because
Yeah.
it's so like it's in our communities. Like I walk out here in New York City, you see it as soon as you walk out, like it's there in your face. So that's what led me to pursuing my PhD. It was something I knew that was in my spirit from an early age.
You
Yeah.
can tell. But you
Yeah.
are unique and one of a kind, let me tell you. For something, I just had to get you in this seat. So I'm a first from both
hmm
sides of my family to get my doctorate degree as well. So
hmm
one
hmm
thing to be the first to graduate from high school, but to go through all of that, my undergrad is in psychology. Surprise, surprise. I don't want to be the psychiatrist, the psychologist. I love research because
hmm
as an African American woman, I find it very hard. We have to like prove ourselves.
hmm
And so instead of having, I let my facts speak for themselves. So
Absolutely.
that was it for me. Like, listen, because I'm tired of telling y'all, and it's worth it, especially with me doing studies and doing research. The facts speak for themselves. Your facts speaks for itself, sister girl. People are going to continue to follow you. First off, look at who you are. You know all of this. This was me getting to know you and having a seat at the table. Look at all the stuff I'm learning. I knew you was a star. I didn't go as far as researching to see that you were a basketball player. I just know that your message resonates to me. And that lets me know that you're a healer. That lets me know people are going to listen to you. That's the reason why. Another person that knows about ACEs, another person that has an ACEs score, another person that is sharing their story. Yeah, we have to do this because it's more of us out here. And if
hmm
we don't, then they won't.
hmm
Quote me on that one.
Yes. And you know what? Years ago, it would have pained me to receive all of the love that you're giving me right now and just the praise. And that is a part of breaking the cycle,
It
to
is.
know that I'm deserving of it. And
Yep.
so thank you so much. And I am
It is.
fully embracing it. Yes.
Too. And this is the reason why people love me so much. I had to embrace that too. I
hmm
actually did not give myself this name at all. My name is Torie, seriously. But the Dr. Victorious came because I was the first. And this is what was given to me. So it was like, I create victory in others for real. Okay, well, let me prove it. Let me do this. And I'm humbled. My producer is my longtime best friend in the whole wide world. He cannot stand me. No, I'm playing. He loves me to death, but he believed in me from the beginning. And
Mhm.
here we are, 90 plus episodes later, and there are people that are sharing their story. You are a boss, a queen, all of that. What's wrong with us having the same, being in the same space and sharing? It's more pressured for us to get together, for people to understand that we're working as a community and we're working as a team instead of, no. Do y'all know who she is? I do. I do now. And that's the reason why we have this. It's an educational podcast. This is another chance for the world to get to know who you are. And your
Mhm.
story is going to resonate with so many people, not just experiencing your ACEs, but you're an athlete, which is
Mhm.
interesting. Here recently, we done had a whole bunch of athletes,
Really?
former NFL football, basketball. They've been on this podcast, trust me and believe me. And it's the fact that we all have the same commonality, which is ACEs.
Mhm. Mhm.
And I need
And we
you.
are. Yeah.
You gotta help me spread this awareness. I'm
Mhm.
always going to share or tag or do those things because your
Mhm.
message seriously resonates with me.
Mhm.
So listen, let's dig in some more because again, of course, I'm understand this, but you empower so many people yourself. So tell us how you do it. In what ways do you empower others? Your family members, your students? Tell us.
Mhm.
How do you do it?
How do I do it? You know, I may be saying the same thing, but I think consistency is everything. Is like just showing up,
Yep.
showing up. And one thing you pointed out is just like the being willing to share, to
Yes.
talk about the hard stuff, and being willing to like pull back the layers.
Yes.
Being willing to be vulnerable is how I show strength, like
Yes.
not by burning myself out. And that's what I try to model, like even with my family. Like, I can't break the cycle for you.
Mm.
That's a big thing that I had to learn. I cannot break that cycle. I
Ooh.
can want it so desperately for you. And I can see, ah, you know, oh, maybe don't say that. Hold back, you know what I mean? Like, but I cannot break it for you as bad as I want to, and as bad, like as much as I know, like how their life could shift in a positive way and they can feel more at peace. I cannot do it for them. And so the way that I like share with my family or to help them break the cycle is just by being me and
Right.
like being a model.
Right.
And a lot of the feedback that I've been receiving, especially from my mom, she's like, "You just seem so much at peace." I'm like, "Cause I am." You know
Mm.
what I mean? Like, I don't have to respond to everything I don't like. I know this you dealing with your cycle. You know what I mean? Like, this is you, right? I can come in and give you feedback and be honest. And so I set limits with them as well. I can't do it for them. I can be supportive, offer advice, and I can set limits. With my students, I show up, I showing them who you see today,
Mm-hmm.
right? Not feeling like I need to hit them with all the psychological jargon to help a client. Just be there for them. Listen, be interested, be a person. That is where real healing starts. Like that connection that you gave to me, that you continue to give to me, Dr. Torie, has helped me like feel comfortable like every minute of this doggone podcast. I'm just like, wow, I feel like I feel so seen and I feel so supported and comforted, and like that is how you break the cycle, but that is also how I've been modeling it for them. Just be yourself, be honest. And that's what helped me show up today. Just
I
like, this is my story.
to be. And I
Hmm.
think that's why people are gravitating, more people are going to gravitate toward you once you accept it. This wasn't a session for you. This was supposed to be a session for me, but you got to accept it. And I'll be honest, imposter syndrome is real for people like us because of our ACEs. It has taken me a long time. I didn't used to share when I put up Dr. Victorious, it was like, okay. But then I started to embrace it like, yeah, I do this. And then I get all these victory songs that come out. And then it's like, when I'm a brand. So I wear my Be Victorious everywhere. I'm representing Manifest because Manifest has helped me get the study out with the African American men that are so needed. I'm working in communities. I'm working with people. I'm helping people heal just by being my authentic self and showing up. Like how you said, showing up is the key. You
Hmm.
also said something so valuable. You listen. We don't listen to nobody these days, but you do. That's why your students, that's why your family listen to you. Now you mentioned family. Do you have siblings?
I'm a part of a blended family.
Oh,
It's
okay.
very
Okay.
like complicated. Like, my biological dad has a bunch of kids
Okay.
who I'm not in contact with or I don't really know at all. But I do have step siblings.
Okay.
So it is six of us all together
Good.
within that blended family. So we have a huge, and it's a lot of baby mamas. Everybody is. So hopefully nobody nobody feeling scared.
Listen, and even if they do, they gotta honor it. You know what I mean? I
Yes,
think that's
yes.
the thing that we still hide within our families,
Mhm.
especially, it's the holiday season. And I had put up a post, this man was singing, if you telling your girl to go change her clothes, then maybe the uncle don't need to be invited to the house. Well, this is the thing. We don't have those conversations. So you even sharing that you're in a blended family, what's wrong with that? It's okay.
Mhm.
Baby,
Mhm. Mhm.
truth. We can't be mad about these type of things.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
and how we're going to address and break the generational cycle is bringing awareness. We're not saying it's not okay. What we're saying is it's normalized
Mhm.
and we have to bring awareness to it. And I'm gonna leave it at that because I'm gonna tell you, I haven't even started talking about my family. You don't understand. In my book, I talk about my grandfather and how my grandfather was a preacher, but my grandfather got married 8 times. So no shade,
Mm.
Dr. Worthy. You can't tell me about your blended family. My and I love him to death. May he rest in peace. Married 8 times, pastor. So when people used to make fun of me growing up, everybody your cousin. No, for real. Everybody is my.
That-
So I get it. Like I said, trust me when I say I get it, and you just don't understand. I think that's the push for me and ACE's awareness is because I can't share those things. How we laughing about it,
Mhm.
like for real, it's funny as hell because
Mhm.
it's not just my family. It happens, but we don't talk
Yes.
about it. I used to call him Grand Pimp because I thought it was cool. He was fine.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like this is my grand.
Mhm.
But got married 8 times. And I,
Mm.
understanding ACEs and having that conversation with him, I asked him, I was like, what was up, Grandpa? Like, what's up? And he was like, honestly, I wasn't marrying 8 times. I was trying to find the right person to help take care of my kids. And
Mm.
it made sense to me because we're talking about back in the day. We're talking about grandpapa. Yeah, that makes sense.
Mhm. Mhm.
Mm-mm. So we could laugh and joke about these type of things, and in 2025, everybody ain't baby mamas. However, yeah, I get it. When I tell you I get it,
Mhm.
we gotta share these stories because if we don't share these stories, just imagine me, and I'll tell you this, get into it with people that were my cousins. Because growing up back in the 80s and 90s, I'm old. I know you think I'm young. No,
That black don't crack.
at all. I grew up when you couldn't do Crips and Blood. So you come on my block, come out, what up, cuz? What? Call the people. You what? What are you doing, man? So just imagine. Then you finding out you go into the parent teacher conference and it's really a no, that's your cousin for real. This is normalized in our community. We have to have this conversation.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
Because I
Because when
still
we don't have the conversation, it creates shame, right? Which is why, like you even picked up on it, like you struggle with imposterism, something I'm working through, right? Like,
trying to read
dang, you
you
had to
like
see me
that.
like that. That's every time.
Not
Hey.
trying. I promise you, I'm not. I just think that you're really, truly amazing.
Oh,
And you
thank
can
you.
see some people, and people say it all the time. I will give you an example. When I went to Baltimore, people were walking up to one of my mentees. I have a huge mentorship. I've been mentoring since I was 16 years old. And
Mm.
one of my mentees, I found a lot of people online are like, listen, I need your energy. Can you, help mentor me? We're talking about adults, people with PhDs, doctors, masters,
Mm.
in women, boys, girl, it doesn't matter. And one of the young ladies came up to my mentee. She's a grown woman, married, 3 kids, dog, partridge in a pear tree. And they was like, how did you find her? And she was like, I found her on social media. She was happy. I found her on social media and she shows up for me. I have been to Baltimore 3 times. I've seen her 3 times this year. It's what you said. It's putting to rest the shame and supporting, being consistent,
Mm.
listening, and being there for your community.
Mhm.
You community me.
Period. Yeah.
From day one, I was like your post, boom. And then the next time I was like, very good, next. We have to do that for each other.
Mhm.
We have to.
Mhm.
We have to. So yeah, I ain't trying to rule, call
No,
you.
it's all good. It's all good.
I'm a
I
not.
don't mind being seen. I don't mind being seen. Part of breaking the cycle is working through that discomfort. It's so,
I
yeah.
want you to help me because it's
Mm.
not about for me. And you already have the tools needed. You talked about your ACEs score. You know about ACEs.
Mhm.
You have a story. We need you to continue to
Mhm.
do what you're doing. And think about it. You're already doing the work.
Mhm. Mhm. And I think a part of it too is like once you lived it and are healing from it, because I think healing is a lifetime, then it just is so second, it becomes second nature, especially when you have the right intentions for people. And just like what you're talking about, it's all about community. It's about sharing your story and
Yep.
making those connections. And people start to feel seen, which is why I'm so appreciative of being on this podcast and like just love the work that you're doing because you're showing people who are struggling, who feels like there's no way out or feel like it's gonna be too tough or too rough, whatever it may be, like that is possible.
Yep.
Right? As you mentioned, NFL players, NBA players, athletes, professionals, we all showing up and like we still going through it. It
Yeah.
was tough. We have a story, but if if you're in pain, that means healing is possible.
Yep. And I agree
Mhm.
with you 110%. So you have to share with us some of your healing strategies because I know they want to know. How do you heal?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The biggest one for me is my faith in God. Right? I think it's something that I've had to restore, repair because of I identify as a lesbian, and so that was hard for me. Like I grew up in the church, I grew up Baptist, and once I accepted that I like women, that I love women, that I love my partner,
Yeah.
I started to feel shame. I went back into like everything the cycle taught me.
Right.
Like, nah, you gotta hide this, you gotta keep it a secret. You can't share it with other people. And then once I did share it with my family, I got backlash, right? It was unaccepted. I felt alone,
Mm.
right? And again, like I'm saying 2 years with me being who I am today, but I would say just a few months ago, I feel really strong in my faith,
Mm.
right? And I've learned that who I am is enough and that God has made me in his image and that wherever space and even just showing up for like here today, I feel like I'm getting emotional. Like he has prepared me for every space, every room, and that immediately helps me just like feel more at peace and feel calm and feel deserving of it all. And so that is the biggest thing for me. And of course, I love my therapist.
Yes.
I'm go like I've given her so many referrals, like you come see her. No,
Yes.
she's good. She's good. You know what I mean? Like I love her. I love her patience. I love that she challenges me when I want to give up,
Yeah.
that she embraces me when I remember I was going through a horrible breakup years ago, and this woman stayed on the phone with me for 2 hours. Usually
Okay.
I was going to see her in person,
Yeah.
but I needed to talk. And there was one session that I cried in her office for 2 hours. And she just like held the space for me. And that is, I don't know, like I never experienced that, like just letting loose, because I think a part of being in that cycle is we feel like we got to hold it all in, right? And we're so afraid of talking about it because we feel like we're just gonna implode. You know what I mean? Like we can't take it. It's gonna be too overwhelming. I don't know if I'm ever gonna be myself again if I let the feelings surface, you know? And so that God, my faith in God, therapy, exercise has been another thing that, I told you I was a former athlete. I played in college as well. And so getting back into exercise has
Yeah.
really, building that consistency has helped me. What else? And just like having a routine. I think
Yeah.
children and even adults, we need routine. We need to know like what is predictable, what can I anticipate next, and not out of fear but
Mhm.
out of preparedness, right? And so having a routine, having structure day to day. So I see my clients,
Right.
I between sessions, I go to the gym, and making space for loved ones,
Yeah.
right? And that's another thing is like the ACEs impact of me is like being very avoidant.
Yep.
I don't feel like doing that. I got to reach out to this person again. I want to hang out, but I would rather be in here. It's like, nope, you got to show up for people
Yep.
because these people show up for you.
Yep.
And so making that commitment to, I'm gonna talk to John for an hour today. And I love that man. That's one of my best friends. I'm gonna
Mhm.
talk to my friend Monica. And like she always supports me, or like breaking the cycle with my partner,
Yeah.
right? Like her and I both are breaking cycles together. And so it's like I know we both are avoided, but let's talk, you know what I mean?
But you're being intentional.
hmm
And
hmm
that's it. We have
hmm
to be intentional.
hmm
I'm old school. I say it again. I've had the house phone on the wall where you had to wait in line and get your turn.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm old. Yeah. And I love it. When I mean love it, I love it. But people get mad when you don't even call it text. And it's like, listen, y'all, you got to understand generational
hmm
understanding. I'm not a texter. I can
hmm
be. but I will leave you on red on accident, and then y'all get mad, and it's like I'm not trying. I just understand. I just woke
Yes.
up from a nap. I'm taking naps at 48. Let's be clear. I get it.
Mhm.
I get it. That's the reason why I ask. You have to have some type of healing strategy. Love to hear that you are still in the gym. That
Mhm.
that's your strength. And I know you know that.
Mhm.
What I love from the get-go is you saying your faith in God. I had to learn that all over again. And I will
Mhm.
tell you, my grandfather's a preacher. So I'm a PGK. The PGK is
Mhm. Mhm.
right. I had to go to God and say, listen, the trust is out the door for me. I don't trust nobody.
Mhm.
When he said, all right, give me another shot. Give me another shot. That's when I stepped out on faith. I've been doing this since 2023. Like left my job, left everything, did what I needed to do, and I love working for myself. It's great. I get to meet wonderful people like you, but it's the trust in God
Mhm.
that helps me heal
Mhm.
because going through so much, I had no other choice. Like if I can't trust him, who can I trust?
Mhm.
So I put it everywhere. I'm faith-based. I don't hide it.
Mhm.
I tell people
Mhm.
tomorrow we're gonna be 20 deep at church. Let's be clear. I love my church. We're Baptist, Dallas, Texas, Brian Carter, the whole entire church family. If you want to be seen, it's a huge church, but if you want to be seen and you want to do your work and you want your work to speak for you, then do what you need to do. So
Mhm.
I'm heavy in it because God has shown me. Yeah, you want me to trust you? All right, let me give you some examples. I don't play when it comes to him
Mhm.
because, like how you said, you gave him another chance, just like he gave you another chance.
Mhm. Mhm.
Doing. I'm honored to have you in this seat. I'm honored to have you on this podcast. I think this is the beginning of a great, great partnership, collaborations, everything, because you know what you're talking about. You know what you're doing. I'm coming on the East Coast. First off, you know where you work at? I got to come over there anyway. Shout out to my line
Mhm.
sister. My line sister is at Rutgers University. So let me
Okay.
clear. She been trying
What?
to get me out there for a
What
second.
sorority?
I'm a Delta. I'm a Delta.
Me too.
Are you serious? Oh my God. And I didn't even know that. See,
Yeah.
this is it. This is it. This happens every time. I always choose the ones that I know. I had no clue.
I had no clue either. Yeah.
Baby, Spring 98, love it, represented. I'm old. I've been retired since I got that 25-year plaque. Let's be clear. I put it I'm having issues. Not, and I'm not gonna say have issues. I have three girls and I have one. And so she's in college, like, mommy. I'm like, listen, I'm sorry. You grew up a legacy. I can't do nothing about it. At the end of the day, all the roots, the traditions, all of that
Mhm.
was instilled, first generation high school graduate. Delta, all of that has shaped me for real. And so
Mhm.
I knew it. There's another connection. We didn't connect so much on this podcast. I'm telling you, the community is going to love you because we have plenty of people in the community that you can definitely connect with. There's doctors,
Mhm.
lawyers, psychologists, therapists, social workers. That
Mhm.
conference that I went to in Baltimore, it was so many social workers there. The Baltimore school district. I mean, it was so many people, and I know for a fact they're going to call me back to the East Coast because it was that real. And I can't do
Let
it.
me know.
That's what I'm saying. You heard me. I can't do it without you. Come join me because it's enough room at the table for us. So
Mhm.
I'm going to say let's pause here because not only did you share your ACEs score, not only did you share your story, not only did you bring and talk about your parents, you talked about your partner. Not only did you share your story, you opened up in a space and we learned so much about each other. This is the reason why this podcast is what it is. They're
Mhm.
using this in classrooms so
Mhm.
people can be seen, so people can understand that their story is real and that they're not alone in their journey. So I want to thank you. I'm going to do that because I know for a fact you seen me on Lunch and Learns. You've seen me in I do a lot. I do too much ADHD, and now you know I'm your soul. So let me let you know. Let the world know where to find you because again, I can see
Yes.
you doing a lot. And I'm gonna go ahead and put it out here. We have an ACEs Awareness Conference. The second year, we shut down Chicago. But we're gonna shut down Detroit this year. So I have to extend that invite. Get ready to get your speech, your presentation together because I am doing, it was so much power in that room. I've seen so many cycle breakers. I have to shout out Sheree because her episode just came out. I have to shout out the people whose episodes, all of these people are people that I recently met that I think will be huge for the conference. So I have to invite you.
Thank
How
you. Thank you.
people can find you.
You can find me on social media at Worthy Therapy. You can also go to worthytherapy.com. Like you, Dr. Victorious, I took a leap in, what was it, 2022 and became my own business owner. All
Love it.
right. So I own my own private practice and I do a lot of hustling. That's a part of the business, right? Like consultancy, teaching as an adjunct professor, being a clinical coordinator. And so I'm out here. I'm out here. You can
Oh,
find me. I'm
I'm
visible. What'd
yeah,
you say?
gonna be out here together now. I didn't know all
Yes.
of this. So now that I know that
Yes.
you're independent, oh, I could call you real quick because it's work out here. Trust. I am
Thank you. Thank you.
excited. Well, y'all know where to find me, you guys. I'm everywhere. I'm not haven't been doing well in some spaces, but nonetheless, y'all will find me somewhere, somehow, some way. And I'm going to be there to continue to educate you guys about ACEs. Another wonderful episode. I thank you, Dr. Worthy, for gracing me with your presence and sharing your story. And you will hear from both of us very soon. Talk to you guys later. Bye bye, you guys.